Sniggle on everybody. Hello. I am Kelly Lynn D'Angelo. I am your dungeon master for NDND. I'm really excited to be here. You're probably getting more and more familiar with us. So we'll do a quick round of introductions as we go around to everybody here. They'll tell you the character they're playing. I'm also Teskura Hondonoshoni from upstate New York. So I'm going to throw it to the good old Jarfield.
Hey everybody, my name is Joey Clift. I'm an enrolled member of the Cowlitz Indian tribe based out of southern Washington State, and I play the role of Jarfield. Hey everybody, he's a tabaxi, so meow, he's not angry. I'm meow, purr. Now I'm going to throw it to Siena.
Hi, I'm Siena, Choctaw Nation Oklahoma represent, and I play P, and I'm saying all this really fast. I just wasn't ready to have it thrown to me for some reason. That really surprised me. So I guess I'll throw it to Azie now.
Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm Azie, and I play Eucalyptus. I am Pamunkey, which is a tribe in Virginia, and I will throw it to Lucas.
Hi, I'm Lucas Brown Eyes. I'm Oglala Lakota, and I play Chante, who is a Triton druid. This was all informative. I had no extra. Throw it to Benny.
No. Let's wait until Lucas gets a joke.
Oh, Lucas, do you have to make a joke?
Yeah, say something funny, Lucas.
You know what? I'll save you. Hi, I'm Benny Wayne Sully. I'm Benny Wayne Sully. I am Shichangu Lakota, and I am Ikto in this campaign.
Okay, everybody. So while we wait for a very long build-up for a great joke from Lucas that we know is going to come at some point.
He's going to be silent for the rest of the game.
You got to preface it and be like, guys, I got the joke.
I'm going to do a quick recap for you guys so you know where we all are. So this group right here has been going along the voyage on the Sea Maiden, along with Marcus from Marcus's shipware from the town of Impact. Everybody here, this party, which has a loose name of the Barrel Bottoms, they're still firming up exactly what they're adventuring through and what their name is. But they were avoiding something that seemed to have been trailing them for some time. And after kind of having an interaction in the small town of Jovial, this entity came and visited them, the bounty hunter. They fled, they got on the ship, and they have been voyaging for some time now, nearly a 10-day in the open seas. And needless to say, they most certainly had a very, very sea-heavy encounter, but a few days ago in our space, where it threw many of them overboard as they had made their way into very, very dangerous waters during a storm. And saw this weird sort of jutting out. It was hard to see from where they were from. Maybe it was a monolith, maybe it was an island, maybe it was a statue. No idea what it was. But in their curiosity and in their discussions and non-choice making, it led them into the storm, which led to a few of you guys getting close to death and one of you maybe encountering it. It was very strange. Flash forward 4 days later, you guys did make it safely to press. Eucalyptus has a strange hole in her stomach that is just there currently, that isn't closing up. It looks like not even cauterized. It's just like a part of her has gone missing. And you guys made your way through the entrance by promising that you were a performing troupe for the local schools of press that's going to help facilitate all of the propaganda that they have been putting out. Most predominantly, Jarfield got his hands in the town of Impact on some sort of newspaper that goes out weekly from the town of Press and has uncovered a few things, including the mayor, who happens to be Tom Starbuckle, has close alliance with a very well-known enemy of Jarfield. And we ended last episode, you guys going into this sort of arpeggio, this crescent moon island, with this sort of industrial city, really, of Press. It's towering clouds and dark clouds in the sky. The water's already getting murkier. It's very, very heavy in industry. And having just caught that there is a comic out making fun of an overweight cat named Jarfield. So that's where we left off. So let's pick it up from there. You guys are storm pushing through. You can hear all of the sounds of ships nearby. Yeah, I know that was a loud one. Had to do it for you. You can hear the waves crashing. There's a lot of busyness here. You can see from where you guys are at on your ship. All of these ships are so much larger than yours. They're clearly holding crates of different sort of metals and newspapers and whatever sort of trade they do here. It's cargo ships. It's not ships like yours. You guys stand out. You can see very clearly off to the left the direction from where you were pointed to go and make dock. And Marcus said that he's going to make sure that the ship is okay because you guys have no idea what you're coming into here. And already there has been some animosity towards Jarfield being a tabaxi. You guys did clock that right away. And you also overheard there's only one tabaxi in town allowed right now. So you guys are making your way to dock.
Okay, so does this comic look like me? This comic's just supposed to look like me. Do I look this gross?
Oh wow, that's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah, totally, Jarfield, totally. What you want to hear? So let's go rob this guy's house because he's only charmed for about an hour. And I have
he said lot 42. Hopefully his family's not there. Hey Jarfield, so it seems like people will be mad at you for being a cat man. Do you want my disguise kit?
Yeah, I would love your disguise kit.
Yeah.
I'm freaked out about being here for a lot of reasons, and also mad because I got to beat up that Blurmal cat, Blurmal the Great Baxi, who I hate. Yeah, like in the disguise kit, let's like throw a hood over me and like let's rob this guy's house and then beat up Blurmal.
I put a.
I'm
fake
sorry, I just saw a
mustache.
comic.
No,
It's good, right?
And also, that's not what I look like. I'm a fit and trim tabaxi that's orange and also loves lasagna. I don't think I'd say that out loud here, but I love lasagna.
Jarfield,
Well,
your vanity aside, Eucalyptus, how are you feeling? Should we be going to do something about,
Eucalyptus,
Can I just stay on the ship? Do you mind if I just sit this one out?
No, I think that's a really bad idea.
Why?
Because we don't know these people. What if they get on the ship and then
Yeah,
they get
so
you?
I'll be on the ship and I'll protect the ship.
Hey, Eucalyptus, I think that if you don't get medical attention, you might get like infected or something.
There's no blood. There's not even a wound. It's just a hole forever. Like, it's fine.
We don't
medically,
know that.
I don't know how sound that is. I think we should at least get someone to look at it.
I know what's gonna make you feel better. Look at this comic. It's hilarious.
No, don't actually.
So good.
Now
It's
that I'm
so good.
Now that
Oh
I'm
no,
thinking about
she's
it.
in trouble. She's not even laughing.
Wait. Okay. Eucalyptus. I'm also in a really weird spot being in this town. Blurmal is somebody that.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. I'm sure. Yeah, you're right. We're going through exactly the same thing.
Oh, well, I tried my best. I guess I'll just read this comic more.
And as you guys sit down and Jarfield, you pull open the comic, you guys do make your way to dock. Just quick note, if you do want to use your disguise kit, it takes an hour. And you guys aren't in any particular rush, but it does take an hour. And Ikto, you are going to have to roll to try to see how well you're able to disguise Jarfield. So
Okay.
let's have that.
Actually, alternatively.
We have an hour to rob that guy's house because he's charmed for 1 hour.
Alternatively, instead of using the disguise kit, what I think I want to do is, Jarfield seems like I'm very famous here because we're a troupe. What I could try to do is tell people that I'm like a mascot that's dressed like Jarfield, designed to be like, oh, look at me, I'm a wacky guy. Oh, Jarfield, you do hate him, right? I'm a guy dressed as Jarfield.
That's gonna be a lot of lying to people.
Yeah.
If you want, I can just cast minor illusion and have act like you have handcuffs on, and we can act like you're a prisoner.
Oh, I have handcuffs. Let's just handcuff him.
No,
I'm manacled.
we should.
Just-
We
Or
shouldn't
what if
actually
you-
handcuff him in case we
Could you-
need him.
No. Could you
No,
do
I'd be
minor?
fine.
Could you do minor illusions so it looks like I'm a mascot costume, so it looks like my head is big, like a mascot head, and I've got like mascot hands and stuff.
I don't know.
Come on.
Well, no,
Come on.
I might be able. It's no larger than a 5-foot cube. I could give maybe like a mascot head that's like just a big version of your head. That's
Yeah,
like
let's- yeah,
a
let's do that.
caricature. You
Yeah,
know,
let's do that. Yeah.
as long as it's okay.
I don't understand. Why don't you just go in and see what they do to you? We're all gonna die anyway.
Oh, Eucalyptus, that breaks my heart.
And you
Minor-
see this gigantic Jarfield head, minor illusion, like a small cube, turn towards you as this conversation is going on.
I just realized
Yeah.
the duration of this is 1 minute, so I'm just gonna have to.
You just keep doing it.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to remain close because you can't do it too far away. So it's a quick.
Yeah, I have a 30-foot range, so I have to stay next to you, and I'll just count to every 45 seconds. I'll cast it again.
Question: does that fill up any spell slots?
No, it's a cantrip.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's at will.
Well, I just checked the boat. I think we should get ready to get off, right?
Yes, you
Rob
guys
is
have
here.
just started. You guys have docked. Marcus has been making sure. P has been helping out Marcus as this has because all hands on deck. Truly, as you guys are going into port.
Yes, I can
so
cast
some talking, but Marcus was thrown off a little bit when the giant Jarfield head happened.
Yeah. Hey, look at me. I'm that dumb cat Jarfield. I love Mondays and hate lasagna. Nope, that's the wrong. Yeah, you get it.
You got to be better at this if this is going to be your job,
But I'm
Jarfield.
but I'm not a good mascot, Jarfield. I'm bad at being Jarfield.
As this is happening, you can kind of hear Marcus chuckling. You guys are finally docked. It's a very, very, very bustling town. A lot of people here look quite gritty. They're wearing very particular clothing that's quite plain and simple, but they are plated with a lot of pieces of metal. So it does look like a lot of people here are equipped to handle a fight if something should break out. There's a lot of strong people here that are moving crates from one thing to the next, taking shipments in and out. It's not a very welcoming town. You don't really smell anything that is inviting in terms of food. You don't see a lot of restaurants or places to relax. It is industry central. And you pretty much have almost obscured vision because of how much smog and smoke and how dirty it is here. You really can't see beyond about 80 feet, the way that it clings to the side of this port.
Ooh.
Okay, so let's rob
Slaves
this
to
guy's house.
capitalism. All
Yeah.
of them.
I mean, there was like when we talked to Chili Bones earlier, he did say that this place was located on the butthole of the map. So there's probably a magic butthole here causing all of this stuff.
Oh yeah, the fog, the smog.
Yeah.
Let's rob this place, you guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what we do. I feel like we've lost connection with our roots, which is robbing people.
Yeah,
When was
Eucalyptus,
that
Good
we-
point.
will you help us rob
That's
stuff,
always what we
Eucalyptus?
did.
Well, it's just how we've had to survive because we have nothing.
See? She gets it. She's great. Want some drugs?
Wait,
It's
has
mold.
anyone
You can only have
has
mold.
anyone said anything about the beast named Odin that Chili Bones told us about?
Yeah, his teeth are as big as
I thought it was
mountains, remember?
Ogun.
Was it Ogun?
I think it was Ogun.
Yeah.
Chili Bones, he doesn't have any lips,
He's
so
not-
it's
he's not
hard.
that smart.
Sometimes it's just hard. He can't make sounds right most of the time. So yeah, it may have definitely been Ogun.
Yeah, Ogun sounds right to me. Let's look at what lot we are so we can find lot 42. I really want to rob this guy.
Yeah,
let's go
me
rob
too.
this guy.
Just
I'm
feel
like-
better.
So as you guys do this, the ship is currently, at least in a stable enough condition. Marcus promises that he'll oversee it, but Eucalyptus isn't moving. She's still on the
Aw.
ship. She
Aw.
watches all of you guys get off the ship, and you are about to make your way onto this sort of main dock where people are moving back and forth. And you can see from where you guys are, it's a very specifically gridded location. Once you find the correct street names or ask for directions simply enough, you do think that in terms of like the block that you need to find against the block 4, it's going to be pretty easy. But Eucalyptus is still on the ship.
Okay, Ikto, I tried offering her drug mold, which for some reason she doesn't want. What if, because you're
So
like in
weird.
love with her, you profess your love to her?
What?
And it may
'Cause I'm what?
I don't know. I
What'd
don't
you-
know. I'm trying.
What'd you
When
say?
she rejected drugs, that was the one thing I had.
Well, you guys go ahead. I'll hang back. I'll talk. Love is a
No, actually,
weird
no.
thing to say.
No, if you hang back, you've got to keep casting this so my mascot head stays. Otherwise, people will
Oh,
think
you're right. You're right.
And already, Jarfield, there's a crowd. Like, people are slowing down and looking at you. A lot of people, like some people have eye patches with like one eye, like giving you the
Yeah.
stink eye. There's like some young kids who have like blackened, like sort of mouths, like very, very dark, almost as if they've been eating coal. And they look at you and they kind of they look really angry at you. Like everyone's starting to get around you. They do not like you. And like people are surrounding you right now.
Hey everybody, it's me, Jarfield,
you-
that
hey,
cat
you be-
you don't
you be-
like. But just kidding, we're a traveling group of performers who are trying to teach you about why Jarfield is bad. Don't look at how dumb I am.
Make a
Everybody-
performance check. Let's see if you
Okay.
can hold this off while this other thing is happening. Make a performance check.
Performance check. Come on. I dropped it under my table. Just a second.
Oh, it counts if it's on the ground.
What was that?
It counts if it landed on the ground.
Yep.
You must see the number.
So it got a 9 plus 5, so 14.
Okay, 1 second. You're holding them at bay somehow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good.
But you don't know how long this will last, and it is gathering the attention of passerbys in a way where you stand out like a very sore thumb.
Can I try distracting them with thaumaturgy? Getting them to change their
You can certainly
focus?
try.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to cast thaumaturgy 3 times to make 30 feet that way. There'll be like a big loud sound, and then I'm gonna make harmless tremors happen for a minute. So it's like a big crash, and the earth's shaking, and maybe hopefully everyone will be like, "Whoa!"
Okay. So you're gonna try to cast this spell. Can you describe it again? What you want to do? I'm just thinking of
so
the.
I have a range of 30 feet, and I
Mhm.
can create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of my choice.
Yes.
So I'm gonna make like a really loud, just crash, just generic. If you looked up crash.mp3, maybe like
Okay.
one of the first 3. And then I'm going to make harmless tremors in the ground happen for 1 minute as
Okay.
we just get to lot 42.
Okay, so you're literally doing this right now with your fingers. Like you're like
Yep.
like casting things as quickly as you can. I want you to make a constitution check for me to see how well your mind is able to manipulate the sounds of the magic that you're using.
Got a 4 plus 2. Oh no.
Oh, okay, 1 second. So this is what happens. Ikto, you are doing this thing where you're kind of like getting a little too into it. You're like, pow, 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 pow. And you're throwing thaumaturgy out and you're making the sound of like things falling, explosions, whatever you can. And then on the other side, you're trying to cast like a mascot head. And your mind gets a little jumbled as you're doing this.
Oh.
And you accidentally throw, instead of the sound, what you were casting in the cantrip for minor illusion. So what you do off in the corner is make it a fake head so that way he can be a mascot because he's not really who he is, like essentially. And it creates a loud voice instead of creating the loud sound you wanted because you can throw your voice with thaumaturgy. So
Shoot.
as this is happening, everybody turns and hears that. And then they look at Jarfield and they start to brandish or get closer
loud.
with their weapons. Okay, you walk loud.
Yeah.
Cloud.
Okay.
Cloud, and I just feline agility the F out of there.
Okay. Can I? Yes, go ahead. What do you want to do, P? Tell me.
I just want to throw my cloak over Jarfield. I have a cloak. Why can't
It's
it's
so-
over his head now?
You can do that.
Stop this dramaturgy.
It's crazy right now because you guys are off the ship. It was kind of like a, almost like almost in the Boston area where you would see performers was the kind of vibe. And
Why were we listening to Ikto?
And right now you guys are in a dash. It sounds like P, past thinking, you put your cloak over Jarfield. It helps to cover everything. Ikto, you're a little like you're like, okay, all right, yeah. And then the fog cloud also helps to cover all of you guys right now. So you can hear people starting to get really angry in the area. Eucalyptus, what are you doing? What's going on in your mind right now?
I told them not to leave the ship.
Yep. You just kind of lean over and watch it all happen in real time.
Just watching, and I think I would say to Marcus, sorry. Marcus, like, this is what happens when you try to live your life.
Why did
I
you
don't
not
do
leave
it.
Jarfield on the boat with Eucalyptus?
I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna yell back to Eucalyptus as we're running. Try to get laid. I think that'll make you feel better. It always worked for me. You can have some of my drugs, but only the mold. The rest might kill you.
You shout that.
As I'm running, I'm gonna scream, Blurmal sucks!
Are you really?
No, never mind. I'm not actually.
No, you do it.
Let's do it.
What?
You do it.
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see what this does.
Okay. So as you shout that, suddenly you guys hear like a screech, like a loud, almost like the sound of loud metal activating. And you don't know what it is, but you can hear steam starting to go off. And right away, all of those people who were kind of getting riled up and like ready to potentially approach you or throw you in jail, or, because there's a whole book of rules that you guys have been given as to how to conduct yourselves in this town. And you don't know what sort of rules or regulations you might be crossing. As this happens, the fog cloud only covers so much. And as you can see, people coughing and trying to like fan it away and trying to move wind in order to get and see one another, you can hear something's happening, something's activated, but you cannot see it as you're shouting that and running. Eucalyptus, because you're not in the fog cloud, because you're actually on the ship, you are the only one who can see this. And to be clear, you guys are a solid maybe 80 feet off the boat now. You're not super close to the boat. You had to go off the main dock and you had to walk onto the main strip. You can't really be shouting at one another right now and communicating with each other because you are kind of far away. So when you're shouting loud. So Eucalyptus and Marcus definitely heard the sleeping joke from Chante, but they also, it's clear that you can hear what Jarfield just shouted. You can see off on the top of a lot of these homes, there's not a lot of decoration. There's not a lot of art. There's not a lot of color. But there are these like weird figures that are kind of impressed into a lot of these homes. And you see flying out of them something that looks like metallic gargoyles. So I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative. Oh yeah, baby.
Well, hey, we had a good run.
Yeah, well,
We had a really good run.
look, if nothing, if not on brand.
Stay true to
I know
yourself,
what you guys are
Jarfield.
talking about. That
Okay.
was a good slam, Jarfield. Sounds good. I don't think it'll have any repercussions.
7.
Got an 18.
I got a 14 plus 4.
18.
14 plus 4, so also an 18.
Okay, and what's your
12.
dexterity for the two? Sorry, one second. The dexterity for both Jarfield and Eucalyptus, please.
17.
Modifier.
plus
Modifier,
3.
apologies.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
Oh, -1.
All right, so that means Jarfield will go first and Eucalyptus will go second. And then who got beneath
I got 6.
6? Okay. 6 for Chante. And then what did you get, P?
7.
7 for P. And then I forgot Benny. What did you get again? Sorry.
Yeah, I got a 12.
12. Great. Ikto. All right, you guys. here goes. Now I want to be very clear about fog cloud real quick, so you guys understand what's happening around you. So it's a 20-foot radius sphere around you guys, so you are able to get out of it eventually, but a 20-foot radius is quite a large, it's not just the diameter, so radius, so it's real big space. So after like a round, if you guys are able to navigate yourself out of it, great. However, there is an open face dock, there is very, very tumultuous and dangerous waters right beside you, and you don't know what direction is north, south, east, west, and you don't know where you're going because the fog cloud makes everything difficult to see. The area is considered heavily obscured, and unless Chante on his turn drops it, because it's a concentration spell, you're not going to be able to see it. So just as a quick note, you can't really see it all around here. And to be clear, I'm going to just make sure that I look up heavily obscured in D&D so I can give you guys the mechanics of the area. So it's considered darkness. Heavily obscured, it's like you're essentially blinded.
Does that mean dark vision would help us here?
No, you are blinded. So
Got it.
this is important. A blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So you guys are all currently at disadvantage for pretty much everything you do.
Except me, right?
Except for Eucalyptus, because she's not in the fog cloud, because she didn't go down to the dock. So, Jarfield, you're first. As you hear the sound of metal cracking, you don't know what's going on, but you know that you activated something or something's happening because people are starting to get animated on the dock, like nervously. So.
Am I near a wall or anything that I can like touch based
No.
on?
No, you are in an open dock area, a very large walking area.
Okay, so I am going to, the first thing that I'm going to do is actually a question. Trying to move to the outside of the cloud, is there a way that I could like do that cautiously at like half speed or something like that so I don't peel off the edge of the dock or something?
You're going to have to burn your action to understand your location in the hopes that you do not walk in the wrong direction.
Okay, so in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast a, because I'm sure these things are going right for me as the person that is a cat. I'm going to cast second level invisibility and turn myself invisible.
Okay.
And I don't think I have to roll for that. It's just by touch. So I'm like,
Nope.
So I'm like, oh, I hope this works.
Okay. So you just turn yourself invisible and you don't move because you don't know what's around you. You're just like, okay, I'm just going to go invisible. Or are you trying to move as well?
So do I have any idea of where I am on the dock in terms of like, am I aware if I'm 5 feet away from the water versus 10 feet away from the water versus?
Nope. Completely disorientated. Like it's like you turn around and you actually have no idea. You can't see anybody. You can't see your friends.
So can I like, I guess as a bonus action, is there anything that I can do as far as like, okay, so what I'll do is I won't move and I will save my bonus action for a cutting words if I need it.
Okay, sounds good. So hold on to that if you want. You always have that in your back pocket if you have, the correct saves on the amount of bardic inspiration. So that's great. Moving down the line, Eucalyptus, you can see these two metal creatures pry themselves like out of nearby buildings, which are all quite high and tiered, made of different metals. And you can see them like swoop out like super gracefully and about to plummet down. You are at least 80 feet away from them. They're not particularly close, but you can see they're going straight down for where Jarfield was.
Okay, so how close am I to Jarfield?
You're at least 80 feet away as well. He's kind of like 80 feet and down, probably about 10 feet if we're going to get Pythagorean theorem on it, but I'll just say 80 feet. He's 80 feet down and these creatures are about 80 feet up. They're kind of perfectly cutting equidistant.
If I get off of this ship, will I be in the cloud?
No, you could use your movement because as a reminder, you're 80 feet away and everyone's 80 feet away from Eucalyptus right now. And your speed, I think, is 30 or 35 as a half elf. So you can get like closer, but not as close as possible.
I want to put a shield of faith around Jarfield, but I would need to be closer. I have to be 60 feet to do that.
Right. And you might also, oh, no, it doesn't say that. It does. It says a creature of your choice. You don't even need to see it. So that's a very special ability.
Would that make me visible, or would that mess with my invisibility at all, just out of curiosity?
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah, in that case.
But as Eucalyptus, you need to get within 60 feet of him, right? That's what you're
Yes.
saying. And what's your speed?
Oh, where do I see that? Oh, 30 feet. Walking is 30.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get 30 feet away, it's gonna put you around 50 feet away from him. So
Okay.
would you like to do that?
Another question
Mhm.
before I say that. These are creatures?
Yes, they are creatures.
So could I command them? There's two of them though.
And don't forget, you can only cast one spell.
I know.
Okay,
I'm trying to decide which one.
I know, choices. Level 3, it's gonna get more and more as you guys level up if you survive. Okay.
Okay, so I mean, I'm trying to decide if it's better to command one of them to go away, or if it's better to put a shield around him.
I'd say go with your initial reaction as Eucalyptus. Like, would she want to protect Jarfield first, or would she want to try to handle one of these creatures she doesn't understand?
I think she would want to, because protecting Jarfield's one thing, but protecting everyone would be the getting the creature to go away. I guess I'll just do the Jarfield thing, because I don't know what kind of. Well, it says whatever creature I can command, but whatever. I'll do that next time. So
Yeah.
I'll just do the Jarfield thing. So I'm gonna run down.
Like those thighs taking you there as quickly as possible.
and then cast a shield of faith
Great.
around Jarfield
It's okay. Everybody
with
gets
my
one.
small parchment of
Yes.
holy text.
You take that out, you cast it, it disintegrates in your hand. As you can see the magic like go and kind of float from your hand into the fog cloud somewhere. You don't know where he is, and oftentimes with a lot of spells you have to be able to see somebody. But because the spell is very special, you're able to somehow connect with him. So Jarfield, you can feel sort of like a surge go through your body, a protection. So currently you have +2 bonus to AC for up to 10 minutes, as long as you're concentrating on that spell, Eucalyptus. Okay. There we go. Any bonus action that you have, Eucalyptus, up your sleeve? I don't know if you have something you can use.
Yeah, while I'm here, I'll just get my weapons ready.
Okay. Mhm.
With Thunderous Smite.
Okay, let's see.
That's a
Thunderous.
bonus action.
And I do think that's a spell. So I don't believe you can cast 2 spells
I'm
at the
sorry.
same time.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, but that's good to know. It's good to have that in the back of your mind. And don't forget, you can't cast more
Okay.
than one concentration spell at a time, too. So that's important.
Okay, so sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I will channel my divinity into my sacred weapon.
And Channel Divinity also requires the full action. Channel Divinity is...
It's under.
I know.
Oh.
You have to go into the special things, and then it'll say it's a full action. I know. It's
All right,
kind
well
of
then I
embedded
don't
in there.
think I have any. Oh, I see. Harness divine power. Oh no, that's only if I have. Okay, never mind. I won't do anything.
Sounds good. So Eucalyptus kind of runs down and like casts a spell and like goes like this for a second. And it's like, oh, yeah, okay, here. Like, I went through everything.
I don't know what else to do when I'm not feeling great. So.
Yeah, you cast a spell kind of like semi-lethargically. Ikto, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm in the midst of this fog cloud. I'm just going to cast Disguise Self on myself, just to make myself look like a generic guard.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of trying to figure out. You haven't seen a lot of the guards folk yet, but you have seen a lot of the ship's people. If you want to kind of
that's
have
what I
their
meant. Was
look.
one of the people at the dock, like the person we charmed, or the person who came to check on, like someone who just kind of like looks like them, wearing what they were wearing,
Great.
just to blend in.
Great, sounds good. I want you to roll a quick. Let's have it be. It can be a performance or a history check to try to make sure that you can shape yourself very similarly to them.
Oh, okay, yeah. You said performance or history? I'll do
Yeah.
Performance. Nat 20 plus 5.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nice.
Well, Nat 20. You tell me what you do because it's going to be perfect.
I just snap, and then immediately I look like one of the guards, and with my 5 seconds, I say, "They went that way," and point to somewhere else.
Even though no one can see you, you're just kind of waiting in the fog cloud, and you're going to retain that in case it like dissipates. I'll say.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good, Ikto.
And that should be good for it's good for 1 hour.
All right. Sounds good. So you're going to hold on to that for a bit. Any bonus action that you have up your sleeve or no? No. Okay. Didn't think so.
No,
You guys will get
not
there
really.
one day, but I always going to check because you should. So it is now one of the gargoyles' turns. So you see this creature like arc out, and you can Eucalyptus again. You're the only one who can see it. And it just like dives down into the fog cloud. As this thing is going through, you can see it's out for vengeance. And it's going to try to attack Jarfield if they can find you. But if they can find you, you're invisible. So
And in a fog cloud.
and in a fog cloud. So they have to roll with disadvantage. So let's see. And what is their modifier on that? Wow. Yeah. So you don't see it, but you can hear something like swoop through this fog cloud. Eucalyptus, you see it kind of dive in and dive back out and hover above the cloud like it's waiting. That was its turn. All right, P.
So it tried.
Oh, it tried. It tried.
All right, I yank out my sword, and it's just has it already come out of the cloud? Can I?
You guys can't see anything. So the only person who can see things right now is Eucalyptus from the outside of the cloud, and inside of the cloud, it's like all lights are off. You can't see anything.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna take a swing with my sword.
Okay, roll with disadvantage, please.
Okay, let's see.
You're gonna kill all the children.
So I rolled a 14.
And you rolled twice
Now
and
I
took
got-
the lower of the two, right?
I rolled a 14.
Oh,
I just
Yay.
rolled again, and that was the lower of the two. And I am now gonna roll. I can roll the hit now, right? For what?
yeah, you're
No,
gonna
what
hit
happened?
something. Yeah, roll to hit.
Let's see.
Well, you already rolled to hit, right? You rolled 14, the lowest of two.
Oh yeah.
So technically
Yes.
that would be your hit. So add whatever weapon modifier you're adding to it and tell me.
Mhm. I am out of practice. 14 plus 4
Okay.
is
18.
18.
1 second, let me roll a d20. Okay. You were nearby your friends. I mean, you guys all stand nearby each other. Ikto, what is your AC?
It's 12.
So, P, you like go ahead and you just swing and you get leverage into something. You're like, haha. Can you roll for damage?
It is 6.
Okay, so before you activate your sneak attack, because just as a note, you could really do some damage, you hear a familiar voice as your dagger goes into a thigh. Ikto,
Wow.
do you say anything?
What the? Ow!
And you don't even know what that was from. You just
No clue.
you just know a dagger went into your leg.
That sounded just like a guard. If I was thinking of who that sounded like.
It does sound like a guard.
Got him.
It does sound like identical to a guard that would be around here, like the perfect accent. Like it's like definitely you hit somebody who was gonna hurt you. So
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, we got this, guys.
all right, that's your turn. It's not Shantae's turn.
So first, I'm gonna drop the fog cloud.
Thank you.
So right away, the fog goes down, and P, your dagger is just like in the leg of what appears to be a beautiful guard, like a stunning guard. He's looking down at you with like anger in his face.
Beautiful?
Yeah.
That guard is
so
mad.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I
Ikto.
know. That's just a DM little flourish right there. Yeah, I'm beautiful, baby.
Yeah, you rolled into that
Ikto
20.
looks yeah, it's
Like
canon.
the skin, like the skin is flawless, right? Like
Yeah.
It's canon in NDND. The Ikto looks great.
Yeah.
this particular
you.
moment, as he has disguised self with a nat 20. But yeah, like this towering guard who's kind of like a Vin Diesel meets like the Rock vibe
Okay, so
going
not
on.
not that attractive, but like
Okay, that's right.
tall.
But tall.
Oh, we know what Kelly likes.
Yeah, we just found that out.
I don't know what I like. I don't know. But yeah, so Chante, you drop it, and you guys can see everybody around here. Jarfield is nowhere to be found, but you do see P. You don't see Ikto. And you can see not too far away Eucalyptus, but it is chaos, and so many people here look like they're about to run away or avoid the chaos, because apparently this is something that could happen. You can tell that there's like kind of running around and people are scared, and you can see on the ground a couple of the bigger folks around definitely getting ready with their weapons, as if they're trying to find the source of what just happened. And you can see them like pulling out chains, and like you can see them pulling out handcuffs, like they're ready to go.
I just want to
Okay.
say Blurmal is super hot with popping eyelashes. Super hot. Down with Jarfield. He fucking sucks. Come on, guys. Fuck that dude. So that's what I want to say first.
Nobody can hear you through the screams of terror, but like it's a good effort. It's a good
That was
effort.
all for you.
You can say whatever you want, Chante. But it's loud. It's loud right now.
Okay, and then I want to look at I want to scope the area to find what is flying, because I felt something swoop in.
Okay, yeah, I'll say that you don't even need to scope too hard. You can look up. You can see that there's some sort of flying metallic creature about 30 feet up, and then another one that's 20 feet up. Like one's coming down, and then the other one kind of looks like they're on the other side about to swoop down.
And it's metal?
Yeah.
Okay, I cast heat metal on the closest one.
Okay. What is
You
the
have-
range
you
of
have
heat
that
metal?
one ready to go?
60 feet. Yes, I do. I anticipated armor in a very industrial place.
Okay. All right. So you cast heat metal on it.
Everybody get out the way. It's about to drip.
Wow. Yeah. So from here, you're concentrating. You're starting to cast this spell that you haven't really used a lot yet. I'm assuming this is a newer spell that you've been practicing or learning from your observations. So you can choose a metal object that you see within range, causing it to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage. So I want you to roll those 2d8, and you tell me how much it's melting.
3.
3 in total?
No. I did the
Oh.
first one was 3.
Okay.
6, so 9 total.
9. Okay, 1 second. Let me pull it up. 9. Nice. Okay, so sorry, just doing some math. So yeah, so you start to cast heat metal on this creature, and it starts to glow red hot. It begins to melt, slowly pooling together. It's not exactly dripping yet, but its form is starting to kind of lose shape. Like this has clawed hands and kind of horn tip and kind of a snarled looking face, whatever this thing is. But it's starting to kind of lose its shape as you're melding it and mushing it together. So, nice.
It
Do you have
lasts
any-
for a minute and puts them at disadvantage.
Oh, nice. Okay. Minute and disadvantage. Dang. As long as you contain that concentration, because this is a concentration spell, so you have to kind of keep active as long as nothing hits you.
But,
but
I have a question.
Mhm.
If that was somebody in metal, that's one thing. But since this is all metal, does it destroy it?
It could potentially over time, but again, that's why he's kind of slowly forming it. It's just starting to heat it, like you're just starting to get like the anvil ready kind of vibe. So it's not quite molten, but yeah, we'll see what happens. This is D&D. This can get real inventive with it, right? So you start to cast and it starts to heat up and it starts to sort of shape and mold, but you're not quite there yet. It's still definitely activated and it still has its powers to some extent. Okay, great. That brings it to the other one who is not as close, who's about to swoop down. You can see it's going directly for something that it can't quite see, but Chante, having cast that spell, it seems to recognize and realize that you are there. So it is going to swoop down and attempt to attack you. What is your AC?
13.
13. Okay. First attack goes for a 14 to hit on its bite, which will hit you. And then the second attack, natural 19 on that one, so it'll be 23 to hit. So it's going to hit you twice. The first attack, its bite comes down. This metal being kind of comes over, kind of claws at you and bites at you, and then it's going to sweep back up to keep its distance. So that first bite was 8 piercing damage as its metal teeth sink into your shoulder. And then I'm rolling well, I'm sorry. Then the second one is 7 slashing damage as the claw comes up. So you take a total, I believe, of, how much is that? 11 damage. You need to roll to retain your concentration spell. So this is going to be a D20 Constitution saving throw, I believe. Or is it Constitution check?
12.
Hold spell.
Oh, and then I have a modifier, right?
Yeah, you should add that modifier.
+3.
When hit. So that makes it a total of +3, 12, 15. Is that correct?
Yeah, 15.
Okay, great. So that should be just enough because you hit the number above what the total amount of damage you took is. So again, I got to double check this and I will during the break, but I'll say for DM's sake, as we're learning concentration and how things can break when you're hit really hard, it's just a smart thing to remember in the D&D game place. But yeah, you're able to just hold on to it as you're kind of getting like boom, boom, like slashed into and bit into. Chante, it's not pretty, but thankfully you're still holding on to the molten metal guy and you're like, I'm going to crush you. So that's its turn.
How much damage did I take? Sorry.
Oh, I believe it was a total of 11.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, it was 5 plus, hold on, let's do this again. 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. So that would have actually been 15.
Oh, okay.
So you just were able to hold on to your concentration because you rolled 15. So
Okay.
15 points of damage, 15 meets it, beats it. You're holding on barely. Okay, cool. Nice. Back to the top, Jarfield. What do you want to do?
Okay, so looking around, are there any like siege weapons, ballistas, anything like that? Like I know that we were near the dock and our ship has a ballista on it. But are there any other ships like that that has something like a big weapon?
Doesn't seem like there's any that would be accessible or scalable at this point. There's a lot of people that are guarding the fronts and entry points of different very large, tall metal ships. So you don't quite see that.
In that case, is there a place that I can go that's like, is there a place that I can sneak to where I am obscured and out of the way, potentially in an alley, maybe like, scaling a ladder and getting on top of a building or something like that, that's like, I'm like, I can see what's going on, but I'm like stealthy and out of the way where nobody can find me.
Yes, you do see not too far away, nearby one of these buildings that maybe these creatures flew out of, and you can see imprinted not too far away. Almost in every other building, I would say every 30 feet or so, there does seem to be these metal creatures, almost like imprinted, waiting, watching in the area, almost as if they could be activated if somebody breaks a rule or if something comes out or if somebody does anything. You can see that this is maybe the guardsmen of the town. You can catch nearby this sort of like weathered cloth that's kind of hanging over some sort of small stall that probably sells like or at least at some point sells sort of, it's not even food really, it just looks like sad bars, kind of looks like bars of pressed nutrients. But you're like, okay, there, and you can hop behind one of the barrels and kind of duck right behind this little cloth shack.
Okay, I'm gonna go very stealthily because I'm invisible. Go and sneak and hide behind one of those barrels so I can see what's happening. But I'm like, nobody can find me.
Great. I want you to roll a stealth check for me, please.
Come on.
And don't forget to add +10 because you're invisible.
So 12 plus 5, so that's 17 plus 10, so 27.
Okay, like the quietest little kitty that you could imagine. You tiptoe and hop around, like, and perfectly like dance and boogie through the crowd to get to the shack safely where you can watch from a distance. Okay, Jarfield, that is going to be your turn unless you want to do something on your bonus action.
So I guess that like bonus action, can I like look at these creatures and like understand them? Just like, can I like look at them and think back to like, you know, have I heard about these characters on adventures or anything like that? Like, do I know anything about these seeing them?
Roll a quick history check.
Okay. 2 plus 3, 5.
You don't, but they're cool, and you're like, I should write something about this. Like, I should.
Those
These
things
are cool.
bad.
These are cool creatures. You're admiring their construction.
And this is my internal monologue. I'm not saying this out loud. I'm just like, oh, those are. I mean, I'm mad. I woke them up, but those things are bad.
All right, that moves down to you, Eucalyptus. What would you like to do?
Can I see that that second one that's not melted?
Yes, you can see both.
Okay. I would like to cast a spell on it. The command spell.
Okay, so if you cast command, I'm fairly certain that is a concentration spell. So just so you know, is it? Or is it? No, it's an enchantment. So you don't have to drop the shield of faith on Jarfield. That's great. So you cast command. What do you say to the creature?
Oh, go back where you came from?
Sounds good. So it needs to make, I believe, a wisdom saving throw, correct? Seems right. Let me get it. What is the DC? Should have it by the spell that you have, so I know what I have to hit.
Oh, 14.
14. All right, let's see if it makes it or not. Okay. Wisdom save. Oh, does not make it. So, Eucalyptus, you say this, and I think you might need to get a little bit closer for the spell to work. It is 60 feet, and it kind of swooped down. You only got to move about 10 more feet closer, because you're about 45 feet away. So you move a little bit closer, you get there, and then you whisper this spell. This enchantment kind of flows out, and you can see it hit the one that has not been affected yet, and its eyes kind of glaze over, and you can see its wings kind of like tense up, and it looks directly in the position that it had come from its perch position, wherever it's stationed. So it worked. Successful.
So it goes back?
It looks like it's intending to go back, but has not yet.
Okay.
It's a quick note, because it has to on its turn. So, nicely done, Eucalyptus. Ikto, what do you want to do?
My thigh's bleeding at this point. I'm looking like a guard. Maybe I should arrest the person who stabbed me to stay in character. I don't even. Right now we have these two boys flying around. One of them's like all melty. Looks like a who is it? Dolly who paints those melting things. Someone like that.
Yeah.
And then there's that other one. I don't think I should really do much just because I don't want them to attack me. I don't. So I might just chill out. I'm not gonna attack them or anything. I'm just gonna pass, I guess.
Right.
I guess
You're gonna hold your action maybe in case one does attack you. You'll just be like, I'm on the ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm staying ready. Okay.
I want you to roll a quick perception check for me while you're doing that.
Absolutely. I'm just. What? I got another nat 20.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Oh my God, these eyes, these Vin Diesel eyes. Behind these Vin Diesel eyes, new Kelly Clarkson song. You look around, you look around, and you just like can see like literally Hawkeyes. Like you can see everything, and you're just like you're analyzing everything. You're taller right now, like you like disguise yourself a foot taller.
You somehow got handsomer.
Like you're feeling on top of the world, and your eyes focus on something interesting. From a distance, from around the bend, maybe from an alleyway nearby, you can see a figure kind of curiously jumping out. They have a hood up, completely obfuscating their face. You don't know what's going on, but they seem to be moving like a cat. And they're jumping, the way they're moving, it reminds you of Jarfield, like the way that they're moving, and you catch for a split second, just enough that their cape moves and you can see a tail, like they slipped. So you're like, okay, that is a tabaxi. You see them kind of moving through, and the other thing that you catch is in the distance with a nat 20 nearby a shack, there's a sort of weird shape, and you're like, oh, that's Jarfield. Like you actually can see for a split second, even though he's invisible, that Jarfield is somehow by that shack. It's just you had perfect vision.
How close are they to one another?
That figure is about 20 feet away, and it seems to be moving very like on a mission in the direction of Jarfield.
Got it. Can I kind of move toward, like try and just move inconspicuously, like not like I'm on a mission to go stop them, but just kind of like move in that direction so I can be like ready if I have to be.
Yeah, you blend into the environment and the atmosphere. There's people shouting. You kind of fake hold onto a weapon, and you're like, and you kind of move with the patterns of the other people around you in this very crowded area. So yeah, I would say you're actually you can maneuver directly in between them. So that way this figure would have to pass by you or brush against you in order to get to Jarfield. Okay, that is your turn. It is now Melty Gargoyle's turn. I don't know what else to call it. As it's going to swoop back down for you, Chante, because you are the one currently hurting it, and it's going to try to hit you. What is your AC again?
It's 13.
13. Okay, let's see.
Both gargoyles here.
Let's see if it hits. All right. Ooh, yeah, the first one hits, so 21. And the second hits with an 18. So, once
Stop
more.
rolling so well.
I know. The other one comes down, and its teeth like gnash against you again, and its claw scrapes against you, and it actually really hurts because though it's molten, and though it doesn't have its sharpness, the heat is still burning into you. So that's going to be a total of 7 points of piercing damage on the bite. And then, okay, that's less good. 4 points of slashing damage. So 7 plus 4 is a total of 11. So I do need you to roll a Constitution saving throw to try to hold your spell.
Oh, okay.
Because it's anything over 10. You have to do that.
15.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to hold it
plus 3,
still.
so 18.
So 18, yeah, no problem. You can hold on to it, though it kind of does hurt, and you're getting a little bit of your taste, like the taste of your own medicine here, as it's kind of hitting you back. That is its turn. It's now.
It takes damage.
It does.
Every single round.
Every round, you're right. So it's 2d8, right?
Yep.
So it's that consistent. I'll say it's the consistent 9. It's like the 9 just constantly crushing it. Do you want to roll? You seem like you want to roll.
No,
I want you to roll. No, roll for it. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I like it more.
Okay, 5 and 4.
So 9.
Exact same thing.
Okay, great. Yeah, this thing is looking like it's withering away quite a lot. Like you're starting to really form it and compress its feet, and it's starting to kind of crunch in on itself, and it's getting so hot that you know that if you can get this another couple of rounds, it's just going to completely drip and dissolve into nothingness. All right, nicely done, Chante.
Sweet.
That
P.
wasn't
my roll.
It wasn't even your roll. It was just P's turn, and it was the effect of the spell. So P, it is your turn, and then Chante's next. So P.
Well, okay. So I was gonna go after that guard, but he's gone now, and I see Chante needs help. So I'm not gonna go after the guard, even though I
Okay.
was totally gonna punch him in the stomach.
Yeah. He somehow got out of your, like, you have no idea. Traditionally, you should have had an opportunity of attack as he had moved away from you, but he rolled a nat 20, so he somehow dodged that.
Yeah, like I pulled out my knife and then gone, and so
Yes.
I have to. I see Chante is being attacked, and I think I just run at the melty thing and try to do a flying kick to its head.
Okay, sounds good. The way it attacks, it kind of swoops down and attacks and then goes up. So it's not within melee. It likes to be able to I'll say it retains within melee because the last time you didn't get an opportunity attack, that's on me as a DM, so you will be able to melee it. Kelly,
I
mechanics.
misunderstood. I thought Chante was holding him.
No,
Okay.
but I tripped myself up on my own mechanics, so you do get to hit it because I never said that Chante got an opportunity attack against it. So that's on me. So you get to hit it.
So I can run and kick it?
Yeah.
Kick it.
Not my best plan.
Run and kick it.
Worst.
Two new weapons.
I mean,
I have
all gotta
weapons,
do what you.
But it's
what we gotta
metal. You can't stab metal with metal. It's ridiculous.
Yes, you can.
It's metal.
Well, it's
Yeah,
melting.
but like it's better than
Melting.
kicking metal. That'll hurt your foot.
I technically don't even know what to roll for this because unarmed strike says I have 5 feet of reach. I know.
So you just roll a d20 and then you add the modifier, which technically is your strength modifier or your dexterity modifier. I think it can be either.
Okay. So 3. And okay, I'm gonna do dexterity and then should I just roll 20 again?
No, so it was a 3 to hit, right? Like that was the d20 you rolled.
Oh,
So
so
it'd
I
be,
just missed.
so you just miss hard. Like it's probably a 3 plus whatever the modifier is on your dexterity check. What is
Oh,
your
so
dex
then
modifier? So 7, yeah. So
4.
you kind of go up and you're like, hey, yeah, but you're shorter, and so you kind of jump underneath it because it's kind of like above Chante. You can't quite get up, but you do have dual wield. I'm assuming double attack, and that was technically one melee. So if you want to use your dagger, or if you want to use another weapon you have on you to hit it, you can try.
I'll use my dagger.
All right, sounds good. You're
metal.
So roll to hit.
12
12. Any modifier on your weapon?
Yes, plus 4. I'm an idiot.
Nice. Okay, that's enough to hit it then. As you're able to get and crunch into this, yes, your metal is kind of going into this heated metal, but it seems to be withstanding the heat, at least for now. So can you roll damage?
Yes. Okay. 3.
Yeah, as this goes into it, not only does your knife like get really hot really quick, so you kind of have to pull it out and you can't do too much damage. You cut like a little hole in it, but you can see that your weapon doesn't quite hit it the way you're expecting. Like traditional weapons like might not be able to fight against this or take it apart as quickly as you're expecting. So this is a strong construct made clearly to act as a defender as you're taking that in. That's it for your turn, I believe. P. Chante, what would you like to do?
Okay. First, I'd like to take one of my potions and take a swig of that.
That's a full action. Would you like to use one of your potions for a full action?
Well, no, I will use Combat Wild Shape to heal myself.
Okay.
Well, no, that actually takes up the whole spell.
Yeah.
I will do the that. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna Wild Shape into a. That's a bonus action.
Okay.
Well, first, I'm gonna heat the other. I'm gonna heat metal the other guy.
No, the other guy was running away. No.
Yeah,
Was
he was, but if you're going to choose to do that,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
do you want to roll a quick perception check to see if it's enchanted?
Okay.
Because it does look like it's not hitting you.
Okay, so 19 plus. Where's my perception? Wait, it's a lot. 6. 25.
Okay. You take a look at the other creature and you look at it. There's 2 things that come to your mind. Number 1, this doesn't look like it's about to fight me. It looks like it's pointing the direction from where it came. Then the second thing you know and you remember is if you cast Heat Metal again, it will drop the concentration on the other one. It's a quick reminder.
Oh, I
So-
love that I remembered that.
Yeah. Somehow you remember both things at the same time. So yes.
Okay. Then instead, by the way, just jogging my memory, I just noticed that I have a +4 modifier for spell, +6 for spell attack, and 14 for save DLC. I don't know what that means.
Yes, we can run through that. But for spell attack, that's kind of like as if you're attacking with a weapon. So that's when you would add that modifier, and only if it says add your
Got it.
spell attack. DC is important for me to know because that's when I have to kind of resist things that you might be casting on enemies or allies. Yeah. So.
Okay, so instead I'm gonna do Thorn Whip
Oh, okay.
on Melty Guy.
Yeah. Roll to hit. So that would be that D20 plus the spell attack modifier that you're talking about.
So I got an 11 and then a 6.
11 and a 6. Okay, that's enough to hit it with the 17. Can I have you roll for damage?
That is a D6.
Thorn whip. Some
Ooh, a
cool
6.
whip. Oh, a 6. Okay, nice. And what kind of damage is that?
That is piercing.
6. Okay.
Piercing, yeah.
So yeah, you take a beat and you cast out this thorn, this magical thorn that kind of comes from your arm and juts out, all viney. You're able to kind of pull on this creature and whip against it. Your thorn whip does break because it is hot and it is burning against it, but you can see it does eat into the creature a little bit, doing more
Yeah.
damage. Nice.
Then as a bonus action, I'd like to expel 1 spell slot, actually a level 2 spell slot, to heal myself. So I roll 2.
Okay, and your thorn whip, what is that? Is that a level 1 spell? Or
That is a cantrip, I believe.
okay, so if it's a cantrip, this is a small note, and as a DM, I allow this to happen. As long as it's an action based and a cantrip, you can cast 2 spells. It's the only time. So we're getting into some of the nuance. So it's okay that you casted the cantrip as a thorn whip, and then what was the bonus action you wanted to do again?
Yeah, this is a bonus action to expel a spell slot to regain health.
Great. So you way to do it. Way to play the game. Yeah. So you cast out that thorn whip. You burn a spell slot as you charge up, and you heal yourself from inside.
Well, I burned a level 2, so I rolled 2d8s.
2d8s. All right.
Okay, so 2, and then I healed myself 6.
Okay, and you're just feeling a little bit better as you can see your wounds starting to close from these creatures. So at the end of this round, that's going to be the other gargoyle who's now enchanted by Eucalyptus. You see it uses its full action to kind of like animated, kind of goes up, closes up its wings, kind of zips up at full speed back to its enclosure and sits perched back there, and then deactivates as all the light and energy from it goes out, and it's just back to its initial position. So I'm going to say this as this is happening. I'm going to move this combat forward as you guys are intelligently moving through it. There's people screaming and running around. This is a bit of a chaotic environment. All of you guys are trying to find your friends. You know, there was a fog cloud at once. You can see that there are some guards walking around, curiously looking at Chante, who seems to have been fighting it. So they potentially think maybe that's their query. So everyone's kind of trying to figure out who to approach, who's the ones to grab, who's the ones to arrest. As this is happening, that figure that's kind of darting through, that you caught, Ikto, kind of brushes up against you. And as this creature does that, the arm of this creature kind of knocks against you, and just for a split second, their cloak goes back, and you can see what's beneath the cloak. It's a cat. It's a tabaxi. And the color of this creature has this like sort of beautiful pink sheen. And you look at her, it's a woman. And you're realizing this isn't Blurmal, this is somebody else.
This makes me so happy.
Okay. Okay.
As she takes a moment and recognizes that she made a mistake. She looks at you, and you look at her, and you can just see her whisper something as her form transforms into like a human. Like she becomes a human as she whispers to herself, having realized she was recognized as a cat.
Now, because I don't fully know the mechanics of this spell, is there any way where I can like just for a split second switch my face and wink at her and then switch back to the guard so that she knows that she did not just brush up with a real law enforcement officer who might try and attack her?
Traditionally, I don't think you can do that, but I like the idea of it. Maybe Ikto casts minor illusion for like a reaction and is able to kind of just meld his spells together enough to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, you take a beat, kind of out of canon, but cool, and she, like after this cat lady like became a woman, like a normal woman, human, she looks at you and she goes, huh? Like you hear like a very faint huh, just like kind of leave her lips, like she doesn't understand what's going on. And then she looks at you as she's passing by, and she's about 10 feet away now, like having moved past you, and goes, follow me.
Me?
Follow me.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Okay. So you hear this. Ikto, you turn around, you start to follow her. She's like beelining it towards where Jarfield is. From where you are, P, you can hear the follow me. You're not like super far away. And she's kind of like saying that. And you can see that this guard is kind of making his way towards this shadowed figure. And Chante, you can also see that P's attention's pulled in whatever direction this is. That gargoyle that's currently like coming down and swooping at you, it seems to be slowly melting to a point that it's not quite being able to stay activated. And Chante, you're keeping engaged with it, but there's a beat where you realize that the crowd is clearing, there are people coming after you, and you have to make a quick choice whether to engage and retain in combat or start dodging through the crowd and trying to sort of have this gargoyle lose its lead. In Eucalyptus, you can see all of this unfolding from a distance. What would you guys all like to do right now?
Whose turn is it? These or?
I think it's going to be, we're going to stay out of combat for one quick beat. I'm going to go to, because I'm rolling down the list right here, it's going to start with Jarfield's turn, because we're back to the top of the turn order. So what happens is this. She's dashing through as this scene is unfolding. She had just brushed past Ikto and said that, kind of whispering, but loud enough that a couple of you guys could overhear it or note that there's some weird direction moving towards an alleyway. This cloaked figure comes over to the shack where you're hiding, Jarfield, and takes a beat, and you can hear a voice, and you hear this. Can you hear me? Jarfield. It's me, Charlene.
So I turn to her, I take a beat. Well, okay, so like before this is happening, I'm looking at like kind of all the chaos that's happening as I'm hiding behind this, this shack, invisible. And, I'm seeing my friends getting beaten up by these gargoyles, and I feel like deeply sad about, causing this havoc that's like leading to my friends getting hurt. And then, I see this like pink tabaxi, walk up to me. I'm still invisible. I still don't want to alert anybody.
And it's not a pink tabaxi anymore. It's a woman, but you can hear the voice, and you know that voice.
Okay, so I turn to her. I hear the voice. I know exactly who this is. This is, honestly, probably other than the bottom barrels, like one of my, like probably my only like friend in the world. And like realistically, like honestly, like my girlfriend. And she's somebody that I hadn't seen for a very long time. And, there's a lot of different emotions going through my mind, and I don't want to make a sound, so I don't say anything. But like, I definitely like look up to her, nod, like a solitary tear kind of like goes down my little cat.
Which she doesn't see because you're invisible. So you can have this moment for yourself even.
Yeah, and I'm very aware that like she can't see this, but like I definitely like look to her, track that it's happening, and then I very lightly grab her shoulder in a way that's like comforting. So like just very much like it's just kind of like it's like a like we're boyfriend girlfriend, so it's like very much a just tapping the claws in the shoulder very lightly as a comforting thing. And I think that this is the first time that I've like felt a level of hope for sure in this battle. So I get up and I just follow her as like stealthily as I possibly can.
Great. So yeah, you do that. There's a moment that your hand touches her shoulder. She she gasps, almost like she didn't know if you were still there. She couldn't tell where you were, and you can see her getting emotional at knowing that was your hand. And then she says, "Follow me. Tell your friends to follow me too." As she starts to, and the cloak starts to make her way down the alleyway, she says, "I'll wait for you. I will go slow." And she's just starting to make her way through this alleyway. So.
Okay, so how do I...
So now this is technically your turn, because we're back to the top of the turn order, so...
Does my nat 20 perception of being able to see Jarfield, is that carrying out? Am I able to know what's going on, or have I kind of lost vision on Jarfield?
I'll say that you were watching and following the figure that had brushed past you. You're following her, you're tracking her, you're trying to understand what she's doing. You can see there was a brief moment that she stopped. You saw some sort of imprint go onto her shoulder, and that was it. So you know something's going on. So Ikto, you're aware of this. So I'll just, Jarfield, it's your call as to what you want to do, but then everyone else has to follow turn order. So if you make a choice and then everyone follows, you guys can do that.
So I think that my desire to like not get my girlfriend killed is greater than my desire to alert my friends. So I'm just gonna like follow her and hope that like it's like as loudly as I can shout in my own head. I'm gonna be like, I hope they follow me. I hope they follow me. I hope they follow me. They meaning my friends, not the guards.
And as you do that, you take a beat, just like moved by emotion and an unexpected encounter. And you duck out of your hiding space and you begin to follow her, looking behind at the chaos, but moving forward towards hope. And we're going to take a brief break there. As yes, we are. We're going to leave it a cliffhanger because it's good. And we'll be back, you guys. So stay tuned. And we're back. Hello, everybody. Thanks for waiting on us during our little break. We are continuing the story from where we picked up, which is Jarfield following this hooded figure. You guys are technically still in combat, so one by one, you guys can tell me what you want to do. So I'm going to go down. Eucalyptus, what would you like to do right now?
Still in combat?
Technically speaking, there is one gargoyle, though it does look like it's slowly disintegrating, and it's not really, it doesn't look like it's in great shape. Like another blow or two, and this, or if, like, essentially, if Chante contains and holds that concentration, this thing is going to be gone within another, like, 6 to 12 seconds. So it's kind of, the real issue right now is not so much the creature that you're fighting, it's the environment. It's the guards
Everybody's
who are looking for
to
people.
Find who. Okay.
Broke the rules.
But I'm
right.
still a little bit outside of it all anyway. Can I command that one too, just to get it to go away? Or will then they see me?
You don't know exactly what could happen if you cast command on that one.
Yeah, because it's not even like really alive right now.
Right. It's very slow away from it. And right now, again, what you're perceiving from the distance that you're at, you have a little bit of breath. People are like running past you and running away. You know, there is a crowd of people here on the docks, and there's some people who are not running away. There are some people who look very well armed. Like they carry a lot of weapons, going in the direction, trying to find and push against the crowd, whoever is casting these spells and making the gargoyle go off. And from your perception, there's like 12 of them, maybe more. So this is a lot of people trying to find a query.
Okay, so can I do detect magic just to understand it better?
You're a little too far away right now from yes. If you I think it's 60-foot radius.
Yeah, it's just 30 feet. Okay.
30 feet. If you did want to cast detect magic, you could right now. Because there is that one gargoyle in front of Chante.
I guess that's dumb.
I don't think it's dumb. It's whatever you would like to do. Whatever. It could give you information, it could not.
Okay. Well, I'll try it.
Okay.
Just so I can understand this place better.
Yeah, you take a moment, you close your eyes, you cast out detect magic, as you can kind of feel like the energy vibrating around you, and you can pick up on the different colors of things. There's a beat nearby where you can sense the presence of magical friends of yours. Like on the cusp of your detect magic, you can sense the presence of Ikto, though you're looking at not Ikto, you're looking at some sort of burly dude, and you're like, oh my god,
like, he's really hot. That's
and then you're like, oh, that's Ikto. You picked up on the Ikto. Yeah. You also pick up on like Chante nearby. You can sense his energy and his essence, and you do pick up on the gargoyle, which is some sort of enchantment. There is some sort of like enchantment construct on this. You can't quite pull apart the schools of magic, but you have a feeling this is both like an actual creature but has elements of like enchantment on it.
Okay, great. Now I know that. I also know that okay, so now I would like to follow that hunky guy that I've detected is Ikto, because I really realized that Ikto can be disguised. So maybe it is Ikto. And I'm off the boat now, and these fools clearly can't make it without me. So I guess I better find them.
True.
And
Very
he's
true.
and he's that he's the only one I can see for sure, so I'll follow him.
Sounds good. So you kind of keep your head low and let this magical energy, you soak in what's happening. And it is chaotic, and you kind of want to be out of this right now because it's a little crazy, and you can tell things are only going to escalate unless you get out. So you like follow the trail of, at first, Hunky Guy, but then you begin to walk and approach him. Your speed, I believe, is 30, so you can get pretty much right behind Ikto, as he has not yet walked forward. So you're right, you get up to Ikto, essentially, and you're behind him right now. If you wish to speak to him, if not, you're just there. But it is Ikto's turn. So Ikto, you sense Eucalyptus's presence coming up behind you for a beat.
I look at her, I say, oh, hey, champ, got off the boat. You feeling better?
Why do you look like that? Also, can you stay looking like that?
Okay, hold on. I will not be whatever you're doing right now. But I just got lucky. I made myself hot for a sec. It'll wear off soon. How you doing? You feeling better? You doing better?
Oh no, I forgot.
Crazy what's going on.
I forgot. Well, yeah, I figured I'd better get off the boat because you guys looked like you were really struggling, and
they were. Someone stabbed me in the thigh. I think it may have been one of our people. Not sure.
Well, you look like a guard, so I would have stabbed you too.
Okay, well that hurts. That really hurts.
I mean, in the middle of a battle, what do you expect, Ikto? Listen, if I have to be here, let's get one thing straight.
Yeah.
Not happy.
No.
And I'm just here to make sure you guys don't die.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate that so much. You were doing a lot for us. Oh, should really mention another cat person here. So it was a girl. Told me to follow her. I'm gonna. So you want to come?
Okay. Is it his mom?
As you guys are saying that very quickly, again, there's a battle going on, so you guys can only exchange words so quickly. But you guys have like a quick tete-a-tete quickly saying this. Is it his mom? Maybe. And the two of you guys going to turn around and begin to walk in the direction that Ikto pointed. As this is happening, it is now P's turn as well as Chante. And we'll just kind of push you guys into one another because there's things happening. That creature does take the damage on its turn. So if I could have you roll the damage before you and Chante and P talk. If you could just tell me how much it's hurting.
Roll 2 and
Yeah, auto 9. Remember, a 9 every time.
Yes. Well, now because it's melting so much, it's not going to get. It's going to have disadvantage on its attacks. So yeah, actually, neither of those hit as it's kind of losing its form and it can't really swing. Chante, you're able to kind of dodge above it and then dodge to the side as it's trying to hit you. And so yes, I will, just for the sake of moving the story, I will say both P and Chante, it's both your turn at the same time as this is happening. So what would you guys like to do?
Because I turned to Chante and I'm like, that guard, I was fighting him earlier, like, and he's getting away. Like, I just noticed him. We should go fuck him up, right?
yeah, good job stabbing him. That was awesome. Let's go fuck him up.
Let's go.
Or we rob the place. Because I feel like we should do
Let's go do it. Let's go rob the place.
Let's go rob the place.
As you guys are saying that, you can see there's about 12 guards right now who are all going to be following you guys actively, as a quick note. Because unless you use like stealth right now on your turn to try to get away. So what would you guys like to do?
Stealth.
All right, let's have you both roll a stealth check to see if you can get away.
D20?
D20.
$11.
15.
Okay.
Oh wait, 11 plus 2, 13.
13.
Plus 2. Don't forget.
Well, I did a group check for the group, and they rolled a bone. We got boned. So we'll say this much: they're struggling finding you guys, even though your stealthing isn't particularly good. You guys take a beat. You look around to see what you want to rob, as you're making your way through the crowd, and you're like, "Oh, we want to go rob you want to go rob those guys? Who do you want to rob
Lot
specifically?"
42, that house.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to
We
go
got
rob
the
the
keys
house.
to it.
Okay, so you don't want to follow the guard that stabbed you.
No.
We'll look them up later.
Okay, so you want to split the party. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys take a beat and you kind of hide and try your best to like navigate through, you're able to get past these guards and the immediate dangers that are near you, and you are trying to gauge where you're about to go. But I will say that you leave the immediate battle and it's not causing problems. So as minutes are passing by, as things are moving forward, Jarfield and Ikto and Eucalyptus, you guys all kind of are trailing one another. Jarfield, you're trailing the hooded figure that you know to be Charlene. And then Ikto, you're trailing Jarfield, as well as the hooded figure, and Eucalyptus, you're right beside Ikto as you're making your way through. You guys kind of go through this gridded street, bend in one direction. Everything is very square and angular, very right angles, kind of everywhere you're going, and it can be a little disorientating, but quickly you catch that every single street sign just has numbers against it. Like it's like 40 and 1 or 40 and 2, and it's very laid out. It's laid out with a painstakingly detail. Everything here is concrete slabs. It's dusty. It's, old cloths. There's no green life. There's no grass. There's no trees. And it's constantly going up in kind of like a slope and then down. And you can see that it's kind of going up towards whatever hill was in that backdrop. If you guys remember, in the crescent shape, it kind of goes up to a hill and there's a point of the barren land that this might be. And you guys can feel your thighs getting a nice workout as you're climbing up this steep sort of industrial city. Finally, after a few bends, Jarfield, you can see the cloaked figure kind of put her hand out this way, and she goes into a door around the corner that kind of seems to come out of nowhere, but once you notice it, you can see where it is. It's discreet, and it's ajar, and she must have gone through there. So, do you follow?
Oh yeah, totally.
Sounds good. Jarfield, you go in. Ikto and Eucalyptus, you can see Jarfield enter that door from a distance. You guys are still about 30 feet away.
Am I still invisible?
Yeah, are we able?
Oh, wait, yeah, you can't see it, but you can see the cloaked figure. So
Yeah.
you were following the cloaked figure then. And yeah, so you see the cloaked figure go in that door, about 30 feet away.
Ikto,
Yeah.
do you have like a scarf or a bag or something I could borrow?
Do I have a scarf?
I just don't want them to see my hole.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. What do I have? Let me look through my bag. What do you have? I have a backpack. You could put a backpack on your front, and then if you have a backpack, you could put a backpack on your back, and maybe no one would.
Fine, that's fine.
I'm sorry, that's all I have. Or maybe, I know we've tried it once, but I could do like a minor illusion to just fill that in for you and just keep casting it kind of under the table so no one notices. That would.
As you guys are saying this, you can see a woman who's like panhandling. She looks kind of old, and her hair is kind of up in a matted bun, and she's wearing like a bunch of crazy cloth on her. And she can overhear your conversation, and she goes, "Hey, you want one of my scarves?"
Oh, a scarf seller. Whoa, that's crazy.
Oh, that's weird.
How many Eldritch blasts do we think it would take to take this lady down?
No, I could
What?
just give her like an actual coin. It's fine.
How much is a
She
scarf?
needs it.
Oh, you can have it for free. I had them on me for years. Just take off the scarf.
Okay.
Oh, you're crazy. Okay. Okay, I'll take that one. It's green. It reminds me of the forest in this terrible.
That one's been in a lot of places. Take it. Yeah, take it.
Oh, it smells.
Yes, it should. You're welcome. Bye.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast prestidigitation to make it not smell anymore. I can
Sounds good.
instantaneously
Thanks.
clean an object.
So you take this
Thanks.
kind of like sad, it's not the best scarf in the world, it's kind of disgusting, and then he has his prestidigitation on it, and it's like a belt that you can kind of wrap around. It'll work, it'll suffice for what you need.
I can't
Okay.
have you getting that whole infection. That just
Let's just go in. I don't care. Let's just go in.
okay, let's go in.
All right, with that, you guys all duck into that door, and what you see is this. So Jarfield, you were following first, and not too far after, you can see some of your colleagues and some guard with Eucalyptus walk in. But when you first entered, it's sort of this dark hangout. There is cloth like covering every window that potentially leads out to another street to let in any sort of sunlight. There's tables here that kind of smell like musty and don't particularly look in good condition, including all of the cloth that's kind of draped around. You can tell that when you enter it, there seems to be a lot of corners to hide in, a lot of places to dip beneath. Maybe if you lift like a rug, there's all these like rugs stacked on top of one another on this main area. And there's about 4 tables all scattered around with a really, 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 really like sad looking small kitchenette in the corner. It doesn't even look like people sleep here. This just looks like a meeting place. You can see, again, all of those rugs stacked up. It's musty smelling, and everything is lit by very low lit, dim candlelight. However, your eyes are very sharp, and very quickly you can see in the dim candlelight this hooded figure stand next to this table where there's 2 other seated figures nearby. And she pulls back her cloak, and very quickly, as the cloak goes off, you can see the spell that she had cast on her drop down. And what you see is this pink tabaxi, a familiar woman, looking around for you. And she takes a beat and she goes, Jarfield, I can smell you from a distance. I know you're in here. Where are you?
I say, promise you won't judge that I've probably gained weight since you last saw me.
I've gained weight too, but in all the right places.
Okay, yeah, me too. We'll go with that. Okay.
Do men have
Invisibility goes away. And I try to like puff up my chest and look all tough. And I'm like, hi. And then I go for a hug. And I'm like, sure.
She feels a little awkward with the hug. Like she doesn't know how to handle it. She kind of relaxes into it. She goes, thank you, Jarfield. It's been many years since I've seen you.
The smell is... Wait, can I say the L word out loud or will the gargoyles beat me up again?
Maybe don't speak of that now.
Okay, I smell like a type of dish that we both like. Yeah, I haven't seen you since I got kicked out of Pause for that comedy show where I made fun of that mayor.
Yes, that was a long time ago, and there's been a lot of development since then. So I'm glad to see you now.
Yeah, how did you get here? Are you okay? I would have written you, but I tried to throw a letter like over the fence with your name on it, but like the mayor of the town just picked up the letter and threw it back at me. So I was like, this is gonna be tough. But
Yes.
I'm glad that you're alive and you look great.
Thank you. And then the moment she says that, the door opens again, and you can see walking in Ikto. Maybe it's a guard. I'll say this much. You see a guard, and you see Eucalyptus, a very handsome guard in Eucalyptus. And right away, everybody in there like kind of gets their weapons ready and stands up. She gets on the defense for a beat, and then she goes, no, he is okay. He showed me his face. He is different. The other 2 creatures kind of nod to one another and like sit down.
Yeah, I'm way uglier than this.
He doesn't
in real
look
life.
anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
Are these your friends?
Yeah. This is
We're acquaintances.
Has Ikto let his guard disguise down? Is he still a guard?
No.
So
He still looks like a guard, but she said that he looks different, and Eucalyptus is with him.
Oh, okay. So that's Eucalyptus. She's my friend. She's a paladin. This is, I assume Ikto, because he's really good with the disguises and stuff like that. I know he looks like a guard, but he's a real big goofball. We're in, I guess, a gang together. I'm not really sure how you label what we do. We just go around and get up to mischief. I mean, I don't know. You've known me for a while. You know kind of how I am as a human, or as a
Yes, I know you are very lazy. Well, you used to be, and now I can see that you all have maybe gotten yourselves into a little bit more than you could chew, as they say.
Yeah. Let's just say that we're not good at what we do, but very lucky, which is why we're here. Thank you for saving us. Ikto, Eucalyptus, this is Charlene. She's my girlfriend. She's great.
Wait,
Just
what?
don't say it. Don't say that I'm your girlfriend, Jarfield. It's been years and we haven't spoken. You can't just say that I'm your girlfriend. Yeah, I tried to move on and
This
I
is-
haven't talked
tried.
to this woman in years, and you told us she was your girlfriend. This is not.
And it's kind of.
Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this over dinner, maybe tonight, Jarfield?
He's in the doghouse. Ha!
Oh,
The cat house.
But I'm not a dog.
There are other more pressing matters, and if we can even have the dinner tonight, considering what's about to happen.
Okay. Okay. Regardless of our current relationship status, I think you're great, and I missed you a lot, and I'm very happy to see you.
You
Okay, cool. Let's go
always
to
make me feel so. Anyway, yes, business. For some reason, every time you talk, it's like a comforting pie that I just want to sit into. No, please.
Like a comforting multiple layered with
Yes, it's like you are the cheesy layer to my heart. You are the
Are we in danger?
Oh yes, please sit down at the table. I will let you meet my acquaintances. You may stand if you wish. I don't mean to upset you. Anyways, this is. I mean, we all have nicknames here, so please forgive me. I created them. They're not very good, but this is cheesy, and then this is tomato. If you just want to call them that, that's fine. It's cheesy
What's
and
their
tomato.
real names? I'm not calling them cheesy or tomato.
You have to respect them if they like that.
From what you can see, because they're wearing like cloaked hoods too.
Wait, can I have a beat and just say like, oh, you still like giving people stupid nicknames? Names. We have look. I know. I just missed you a lot. I don't know. We have a skeleton friend who we call Chili Bones. He probably has a real name. We don't know it. There was a dog we just kept calling Good Boy, and he tried to tell us the name, and I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You must, in this city, you are given a name. You don't get to have your own choice of your name. So I gave them one to, I had to break them out of the system. They were all creating the printing presses, hands worked to the bones. And so I went in, infiltrated, and saved them. So they are my fans, but you know how it is.
So you live here?
Currently, this is our meeting spot.
No, I mean you live in this island?
I am hiding here. So what I'm trying to do, to the best of my ability, I don't know if you know of this, Jarfield, but Lermel is here, receiving the affection and praise of every human and creature possible, except for those who are, like us.
Lermel.
He wishes to eradicate our kind.
Yeah. That makes sense. He seems like that kind of guy. He seems like somebody that likes genocide of other cats. I mean, clearly we're all gonna help beat up this tabaxi that I hate that's trying to eradicate all tabaxis.
It's not that easy. No, I've been here for over a year now, and I've tried my best to get close to him, but he has many powerful figures beside him, including Tom Starbuckle, the mayor of Press. He has protectors, he has entities, he has, if you haven't seen the gargoyles, which are coated with this property, which makes him even stronger. He almost has an ability to manufacture very powerful things.
So, let me just get this straight. So there's some tabaxi who wants to kill all the other tabaxis, and then there's a guy, Tom Starbuckle, you said.
Yes,
And you've been trying
his
to get
right
to them?
hand man. Yes, I've been trying my best to get to them.
Do you think they'd have any interest in Jarfield?
I think that they have been trying in some sort of way, rather to get the word out to get somebody else to kill him, or to lure him here with funny comics poking fun at his belly, and Azie making Mondays illegal. All these
If
things.
only we knew some sort of I don't know, handsome guard-looking person who could maybe arrest this Jarfield and take him straight to the people, and then just Eldritch blast them into dust whenever we see them. I mean, I'm just spitballing here.
Cheesy, you hear like a laugh from Cheesy. You don't know why, but he laughs hard at that idea.
Okay, I'm not gonna let anyone named Cheesy try and do shit to me. Okay, Cheesy, you can go stand in a corner.
Cheesy looks and he goes, you can now see who it is. It's like this little gnome guy. Like he takes a beat. He goes, "You don't even know the first thing about being a gnome. You don't even understand what I do. You think your Eldritch Blast is cute? You should see how I can blast your butt to back, behind, and beyond. You don't even know what that is."
Yeah, you might be able to blast my butt, but you're not going to be able to get much higher than that, are you? Huh?
Oh, okay. Look, Cheesy, I get it. You directing your ire toward this, even though he's much more handsome than usual, Ikto, makes sense. But in this case, I feel like maybe we should be concentrating on how we can take out Tom and not Ikto.
And then at that idea, you see Charlene's eyes light up, and she goes, "That's exactly what I'm thinking." And so let's take a beat as we cut back to the other scene happening with P and Chante running through the town, trying to understand the layout and see if they can find, and I think it's specifically Block 42 and Block 4, the corner and the intersection of Greg's home, before it is too late. With the battle and you guys navigating, slowly understanding the signs, it doesn't take too long, and trying to lose the trail of the guards behind you, who, yes, there does seem to be some sort of call or investigation happening. You guys do have to kind of move from spot to spot, casually like pull up like a newspaper and do like the comical like hold in front of your face as the guards run by, but then close it and are able to make your way through the different spaces, eventually to the corner here. With the time moving, as well as the battle, as well as when you cast the spell, you probably have no more than 15 or 20 minutes before alarm is set or before Greg falls out of his charm person. So with that, and very little time left, you guys finally hit it. Block 42 and Block 4, you see this tiny little door in front of it. There seems to be a wife and a child hanging out in the front. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, there's people here. He didn't tell. Okay.
Where are our people? I thought they were going to come here too.
I don't understand. They seem to think that we aren't just this gang that goes around robbing people, when that is clearly what we are. We do nothing else.
I wouldn't say that we just go. We do lots of different activities.
You're a thief, B. I will take anything.
I am. You guys aren't.
I've seen Jarfield steal. I've seen Ikto steal. Eucalyptus is just sad all the time. So yes, we are a gang of thieves. And a sad person.
I'm just saying, we all agreed to come here. Now all that's here is a child and a mom. Should we talk to the child and the mom?
I could charm them. We could just run in and start stealing shit and run out. I could transform into a bear. They could run. We could grab some shit. You jump on my back, and then we run out.
Better idea.
Also...
Let's talk very quietly so they can't hear us.
Yeah, so you guys kind of pull off to one side a little bit, like hanging out by like this little corner that looks like a bench. So you kind of sit, next to the bench and try to be discreet.
Let's just tell them her husband was like super injured and she's got to go help him or something. Like, oh no, he's injured. You got to go.
Genius.
We should be the whole team sometimes.
I mean, honestly, I don't see anyone else trying to rob this family. We're the only ones
trying to-
stepping up.
This is also. Sorry. This is also where I thought our friends would be. I really think that's important. That's where we plan. This is where we plan to go. And so I don't know where the hell they went. I don't
So
know.
clearly all their fault, not ours. Let's rob this family.
All right, let's talk to the mom. Let's talk to the mom.
Okay.
All right. So with the jingling keys,
Well, I'll speak because I'm good with words.
with the jingling keys of Greg's home and your lap that he threw down to you guys when you charmed him, you approach and there's this woman sitting in the front. She seems to be knitting or doing something with her hands very discreetly. And this child is just sitting there kind of like coloring with like charcoals on a piece of paper. He seems to be making a cartoon, like having fun mimicking the cartoons in the paper that he sees. And so you guys approach and she looks to you curiously and kind of a little nervous. And she goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, did you hear that commotion? We came down because your husband got like really injured and he needs you right now because you have his insulin. Nope, that's not what you have for allergies. But
He's hurt. You should go help him.
Oh,
Yeah.
he is? And I need you to roll a quick persuasion check, P.
It did the thing where it hits the wall and it's on two things.
Oh, that's cocked, so you can roll it again.
Okay. 15. Oh, 15 plus 3.
3. Okay, 18. So yeah, you say this. She kind of stands up, and her knitting needles and the little doily she was making fall down, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, he's hurt."
Yes.
Oh no, that's gonna cost so much money. There's everything's privatized. And she like grabs her son and she grabs him and she dashes down. We have so little things. We have so little money. This is horrible. And she just runs down the street.
All right, let's see if he has. Let's take all the money they have and any weapons he may have, and if he has credentials, because he's like, working for the city guard guy. Maybe we can get some papers that allow us to pass through, like checkpoints or like guard or like ports.
I vote like we don't super need money. They need that, but I do vote we steal like all identity stuff, like all the IDs, all the paperwork. Let's get in the house. We got like 10 seconds. We got like 10 seconds, right? I'm not really interested in that. You could do drugs if you want.
Okay.
Okay, we're going in the house.
Okay, so yeah, you get the keys. You fumble a little bit. You're able to find the right one. You unlock it. The door opens to a very modest, simple 2-story home. As you're walking through it, you guys are gonna essentially turn over the place. So I need you both to make an investigation check and tell me what it is, and then I'll navigate from there.
9.
9 for B, okay.
17 plus 3.
So non-natural 20 for you, Chante. I'm gonna hold those rolls as I tell you guys what you find, and we're gonna cut back to the other scene occurring. So, you guys are all there as Charlene's demeanor gets kind of eager from you guys having proposed what you had just mentioned, Eucalyptus and Ikto. She takes a beat, and suddenly you can see, like, kind of dramatically, with like maybe too much dramatic flair, she hits something, and one of the curtains falls down nearby. Because again, there's a lot of hanging curtains, a lot of rugs. It's hard to see any wall or anything that isn't covered. But when this drapery falls down and it displays this gorgeous map that seems to be embroidered all along this curtain. She takes a beat and she points at it real quick and she goes, "So, this is perhaps fate that you've come to my door today, Jarfield. I am happy that I found out you were coming here with not just you, but perhaps friends who are also very powerful. If you can see here, this is a map of a very specific location. It is where today Tom Starbuckle is going to be meeting to retrieve an item. It's not often that he leaves his very sort of beautiful iron palace, the cliffside. But today will be the day that he not just goes here, but also perhaps doesn't take as much protection as he normally would. The reason this is important is because it's some sort of interaction. I think he's doing some sort of sale, and so he's trying to make good with whoever he's going to meet. It is a bit of a buy-off. So, to my understanding, Tom is not the only buyer. There might be other people there. There might be negotiations. Who knows? So, this is an idea that I had, which was essentially to pull off a heist. We would have to somehow enter the back corners. There are several different entry points upon which we could try to navigate. I think for safety and for safekeeping, we would need to find some sort of backup if things go wrong, some sort of aliases if things go wrong. We have to plan things out strategically down to the hour from when he enters and leaves. This location is called the 9 Lives. Let's hope to God that we don't lose one while we're there.
You're good with tabaxi jokes.
You
Yeah,
know,
a lot better than Jarfield. I like her a lot. Can we swap?
I get it.
tabaxis?
This is why we date. I mean, maybe now probably not still dating, but why we dated?
Yeah, obviously, she straight up told you, Jarfield, that you weren't dating anymore. Stop trying to force it. Maybe if things go well, maybe you'll be able to share like a romantic moment at the end of this. But
listen, if we can get through this and to retrieve this item, which again I don't understand its power, but it's a powerful item. If we can find it and get this, then maybe we can always have that lasagna you promised me before you left.
Okay, that's all the payment I need. I've got a couple of questions about info. One, is it okay if we call our group the Pasta Underground?
Is this you in talking to today's
Yeah, the heist team.
the heist team, the Pasta Underground? We can call you that, of course.
Yeah, no, that's actually that'd be a cool me name. Yeah.
I would
Okay,
also suggest for some people,
Actually,
cheesy or tomato, we will all have to figure out like aliases, distractions, different sort of things that we can do to enter. Because again, there will be traps. There will be things in place in order for us to not successfully enter.
I really think that Ikto should be Meatball.
what? I'm not gonna be meat.
No, because
I'm
you're
not letting you call me that.
looking like a meaty snack right now.
Well, then I'm gonna call you Rigatoni because you got a big hole in you.
What? Actually, I changed my
Cheesy
mind.
and tomato go.
Actually,
there's like a.
They know that I have a hole.
might be
They
thinking
probably
something
not that
different.
hole, you sickos. Not that hole. Jeez. I'm sorry. Now I
wait.
feel bad.
Wait, I changed my mind. Can my name instead of Pasta Underground, can my name be Beef Cliff?
That's so good. Beef Cliff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'm
then
going back to
Beef
the
Cliff.
boat now.
Hey.
no, we need your help,
Hey.
please.
You
Please,
seem to be strong. I saw that you cast a spell on that creature.
She's the one capable person in our entire group. We need her. And
And
then,
you
okay.
will need her, especially if any of this wakes the heart of Odin. So,
Wait, who is? Okay, yeah. So that was one of my other questions. Okay, so let me go down the list of. The guards were really specific about reading the newspaper every day. Is there any kind of like spell on the newspaper? Is that why the populace is so like weird? Like they were like really specific about having to like read their newspaper every day.
to be honest with you, I think it's not a spell. I think it is just years of conditioning. When you are
got it.
stuck in one space and told to believe one thing, everybody here believes it. So the children, the adults, everybody's mind is warped, and I don't know how to get rid of it. It's just this. It is like a they are just so. What is the word I'm looking for? Like judgmental and disgusted with other people's ways. I don't know how we can change that.
Okay, cool. Got it. And then my other question is, Do you think that the item that Tom might be trying to get or sell is like, this is going to be a weird turn of phrase, but it'll make sense in context. Some type of like magic butthole that like is causing the smog and stuff like that? Because we were up north and like a head thing and there was like an eye, and I think that it's connected to body parts.
If there was anything of that sort of power, maybe yes, this would be that item you speak of. The butthole part is not the part I'm familiar with, unless we talk about things that happened many years ago, which we will not bring up.
Yeah, let's not bring
you,
that up.
Oh, you.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
purr.
Cat.
Yeah.
I have
and
a
then-
butt.
Yeah. And then I think that okay, so I think that those are my questions. And then and then Odin, Chili Bones told us that Odin had teeth the size of mountains. That seems real big. Is he that big? Is he
Who
big
said
enough his-
that?
Oh, our friend Chili Bones. I told you this. He's the skeleton we gave a silly name to.
I bet you he read that in one of the papers. It's always overblown.
Got it.
Odin is a creature, an entity, but it's kind of like the fear. It's the thing that keeps everybody in check, the threat of him. And sometimes they say when he is angry, that is the smoke and the smog that bursts up into the air and creates this sort of difficult to breathe air. So everybody has to go inside and hide. So
Okay. And is there any way, because you're clearly familiar with the rules, is there any way that we can use these rules against Blurmal or Tom or anybody like that? Like, can we get the gargoyles to say a thing? Can we get them to say a thing that makes the gargoyles attack them? Can we use their rules against them, I guess?
unfortunately, many of these rules are written by them, so they break them on the regular. Those in power, they do not follow them. And the rules do not outline the way to control things that are the powerful here. It's simply a code of conduct to keep everybody in check. So it's not like if you catch them breaking a rule, they will themselves throw themselves in jail. It is unfortunately only to keep the powerless powerless.
Oh, okay, cool. I got it. You're pretty.
Okay.
Oh, Jarfield, please! You're making me blush.
I'm with you. Heist, we're overdue for a well-planned heist. I'm here for it. I just have some questions. We don't know who Tom is meeting.
Not yet, no.
Okay. That might be nice to figure out at some point.
Oh.
Tomato and Cheesy and yourself, what are your proficiencies?
Yes, so I am one that would say is balanced with a knife. I'm good at stabbing in the dark. That's always been a little bit of my sort of skill set, as Jarfield would know. Cheesy, he is very good at spellcasting. He can sling a few things. I think that's why he chuckled. That's your joke, because he does similar spells. So he will be able to help in that department. As for Tomato, I don't know what he does, but he is useful.
You don't know what he does.
Tomato, what do you do? And then you can kind of see, like, because there's this tiny little gnome, and there's this other figure who's just been sitting there completely silent except for laughing and chuckling sometimes. And like he pulls back the cloak, and he's clearly a half orc who like has seen some shit. And he pulls back and he goes, "Yeah."
Okay. Yep. That I've got a great sense of that guy now. Yep.
And I've got one more question. Is there like a magic guild or anything in town? Just like our friend Eucalyptus has the thing, and we want to kind of ask people who know a lot about magic if she's okay. Also,
Is this the thing you speak of with the hole in the?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I look at it?
Is it okay, Eucalyptus? We're trying to
I
help.
mean, I wasn't trying to talk about this right now. But whatever.
And you take off the scarf, and very curiously, you can hear like a from Cheesy and from Tomato. But she slowly
now
comes.
Tomato has something to say.
Yeah. Now do you guys understand my rigatoni joke? It was actually like pretty funny, right?
Cheesy's like, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Eucalyptus, she's gonna do a medicine check. Okay. She looks down at it and she looks at the hole and she goes, "This is interesting. Something, were you born with this or?"
Oh, I got it at the bottom of the ocean, right before I came back to life.
That doesn't sound normal.
No,
I-
not normal. I'm not normal. You're right. But yeah, that's why I didn't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry. There's generally speaking, there's no magic. Magic is completely controlled here, kind of used in very finite ways, and people don't use it on average. So you would want to be careful when you cast spells out in the street. Always be discreet. But I do know of a secret location with a secret shrine that perhaps you could go to. Again, there's no sort of. You probably know this as you walked around. There's no sanctuaries. There's no place to pray. But yours, maybe I can bring you there after our, time today, and maybe you can get some answers there, because this seems to be of something more powerful than maybe just magic. Also, did you see this? And she takes a beat and she puts her finger into your stomach for a moment. No joke.
I've been wanting to do that.
And she kind of pulls her hand out. And she hands something to you, Eucalyptus, that apparently was in you. And you look at it, and it is this like shiny, almost glistening seashell that looks kind of like a scale.
That wasn't there before, I don't think.
Did you eat a seashell?
No, I didn't eat a seashell. I think I would remember if I ate a seashell. What is this?
That makes me think maybe this is something that is time sensitive.
saying?
Because are you turning into like a thing, like a water fish thing?
Well, she took it out, so I don't think so. Because then how would you think I'm turning into a mermaid or something?
I don't know. We just saw a scale,
Look.
and you said it wasn't there earlier, and I don't know. Maybe you're
Oh.
transforming.
Well, it doesn't hurt, and she
Chante-
took it out.
Chante
So-
is. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I don't have any answers.
I mean, Chante. Are you turning into Chante?
I hope not.
How would
Yeah.
that happen?
I don't
Do you
know.
mind if I try something?
I mean, at this point, what else could go wrong? No, you can try something.
She speaks something. She says something. She says, "Can you understand me?" Does anyone here speak the language of water? It's aqua, the
No.
Aquarian water. I believe it's. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'm gonna look it up in D&D real quick. I think it's Aquan. Yes, it's Aquan. So she speaks Aquan, and nobody understands what she says. But Eucalyptus, you understand her.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I understand you.
And you hear Eucalyptus speak back in some weird language that you have never heard before. And they suddenly have a chat. Like, it's a beat.
Why is
and it-
everybody looking at me like that? What?
No, I didn't know you speak that language. That's cool.
What language?
Charlene's doing her cute fish language that she would do to like get fish to like jump
Yes, I
into my
used to
mouth.
do that. I used to
Yeah,
teach
you
it,
did,
and
did
that's
you-
how to get the fish to jump
Yeah,
in
to
from the
jump into our
stream.
mouth.
I don't want to
But-
be a part of your like baby talk.
Oh, sorry. Yes, but
Yeah.
you
To
can
each other?
speak. You can speak Aquan now. You speak the language of water creatures.
I
So
did. I don't
maybe
know
you're
how I
turning
did
into-
that. How do I do it? What?
It is something you can activate if you focus on it. And so, yeah, Eucalyptus, you now have the language. You can add that to your character sheet of Aquan.
Yeah.
Ikto, don't look at me like that.
I'm not. I'm just. You might be turning into like a water fish person.
I'm just excited that my friends are making friends with each other.
Yes, it's clear that you all have very powerful and special sort of traits that you are starting to discover. And with that, we're going to cut back to P and Chante just tearing up a freaking home. Speaking of special traits, as you guys are turning everything over, P with a 9. Investigation check. You're able to kind of turn over and you find a bunch of paperwork. It's a lot to sort through, but you find like a briefcase. Yeah, and you're able to like shove some of that into a briefcase, and you feel like, okay, yeah, this is general paperwork that might be important in some capacity. You go through like a desk drawer and you feel like that's good. You also see like off in the corner, like a lot of those cartoons by that child who seemed to be like drawing all the sort of stuff. He's pretty good. You're like kind of impressed by it. You kind of snatch one of those with a signature on it just for safekeeping in case he gets famous one day. You also like look around and you're kind of like in the fridge too, because with the 9 you're kind of hungry. So you're like trying to figure out what to eat, and you kind of like open all the cupboards and you like open the fridge too, and well, the icebox really, and everything is just kind of like those blocks. Like it's kind of all disgusting looking, but you do see like off in the corner, like behind some of the blocks, like a shiny green apple, like a fresh apple, like they were hiding it, like they shouldn't have it.
I leave the apple be.
Okay.
They can
You-
keep it. I
yeah.
take a couple of those weird block things.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, and you shove them in. Some nutrients, even if it doesn't look delectable, it smells a little bit like hay. So you take them as you're ransacking the place with a 9. Chante with a 20. You're able to kind of navigate. You know that P's like on it in terms of like the paperwork, but you're kind of like hunting for like the good. Like you're always hunting for the good. So you go upstairs and you get to the bedroom. And as you're looking around, you're letting your nose follow, where it might lead. And it leads to a trunk in the front of the bed, very clear as day. You actually have like the keys to his place also include other keys. So you take a beat and you go through the different keys and you find one, and you can kind of hear that unlocking of it as it opens up. And what you see before you is this, a beautiful stash of very, very, very well-aged whiskey and beverage of different choices. You can see kind of like there's wine, vintage wine, all this like good drinking supplies. You can also see some sort of shiny box that looks like it might be a family heirloom. Like it's kind of got like almost like a red velvet texture on it, very ornate. It's lacquered and it has like gold, sort of like gold trim on the outside as well, with like a beautiful, strong red jewel on the top. As you're looking through this, you can also see a small bag of money, and it probably has 250 gold pieces in it.
So I take it all, except for I leave them the heavy whiskey because they just got robbed. They're gonna need it. So I just start loading it up, and then I yell to Pete, "Hey, they're bootleggers! If they have any contraband that you saw, we can blackmail them later. They're not that great, so don't worry. Also, there's like a bunch of like hate speech up here, so don't feel bad."
Hate speech.
Yeah, they're very hateful people.
What? Where are you reading hate speech? Is it on the walls?
Yes.
With that exact inflection, Chante slowly walks down the stairs, definitely carrying more things than he had walked up from. And P, you also have like this briefcase and like this top hat, like I don't know, like a paperboy hat, like you're ready to go. As you guys have successfully kind of pillaged this location. Having known that probably 15 minutes have passed since when you guys have first entered the place and gone through, time's of the essence as you exit that front door. And where would you guys like to try to go right away?
So we should find our people who are lost and stupid and didn't end up where they could have been, like here, where we carry the group. I think you would agree.
I mean, I don't know what they're doing or what the plan was, or they just, they cause a fight and then they disappear?
They probably got lost, but I can use find object to find Jarfield's stupid little map that he made, and we can find them and save them once again.
We could have found them the whole time?
Yeah, but I thought the important thing was to steal.
No,
stuff.
the important thing wasn't to steal some. What did you even get? Did you even get anything good? You just got.
Oh, I got this gold box.
As you guys say that, from around the corner, you can see Greg pointing in the direction of his home from about 120 feet away. And he goes, "That's them!" As you can see, like a bunch of people about to come around the bend. With that, P, with your briefcase, and Chante, you with your stuff, you guys just start to book it. Do you cast Locate Object and do what you were talking about?
Yeah, I cast Locate Object.
So you keep it activated as you're running through, kind of like comical style, like crossing, like Scooby-Doo, running up and down these blocks. So as this is happening, let's cut back to our other group real quick. As you guys are all sitting there, and Charlene is laying everything out for you guys, talking about everyone's special abilities, and sort of helping you navigate, trying to figure out the rules and how to approach everything here. So let's just cut back to this real quick.
I'm copying this map down into the book just to have it.
So, do you think that there's a possibility we could intercept Starbuckle before he gets to the meeting, and I could go in disguised as him? Also, what day and what time is this transaction happening?
Unfortunately, this is happening later tonight. That's why I mentioned the dinner later. So we have no more than, well, it's early morning, so a little bit past. We have no more than probably 4 hours to prepare.
Okay. So I'm not able to long rest, so I'd have to use my disguise kit. What do we know about 9 Lives? The layout, the lighting, security?
Yes, this is the plans that I have here. So I know as much as I've been able to discern. I've actually found out that many, many, many moons ago, he tried to sell this object to no avail. So when I found that out, I thought maybe there would be another encounter. So I took, Cheesy, Tomato, and myself to investigate and spend many, many weeks trying to understand the layout of this place. So we can go from there. So is it the group of us just going to go? You don't have any other allies or friends locally? Because I think you just came, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I have a semi-related question. Where are the printing presses located? Like, what street block? Are there a bunch of them? Are they all over the place, or is there like one main printing press place?
So yes, this is the interesting thing about 9 Lives. And she shows you again on that map. And she points around to the edges of it. She says, "Do you see all of these pipes?" And I will actually send you guys this actual map that will have an actual layout before the next game so you can see it. She says, "Do you see all of these pipes that go around? These are the oil pipes that they burn in order to have everything everything work. All of the steam, all of the emotion, all the gears. This is how they make it happen. If there is a way to hit to the core of the oil pipes and do something with this, I think that there's a very fun sort of explosion that could happen. But we have to be smart about it. Now, here's the thing. In order to get into the vault from where the item is, we could explode the door using the oil pipes as well. So we have to be smart about if and when we want to utilize this oil that comes from beneath press."
So do they? I guess that my goal is to get to the printing presses to insert a story into the newspaper that comes out the following week. Is there a main printing press office, or are those kind of a mystery around town?
No, there is a main office, and the pipes, the main pipe comes from there. All of the oil is directed to the printing press immediately, and then from there it goes other places. But the printing press has always been the most important thing.
But if we do this and we pull it off, then they'll have to write about it in the paper because it'll be news.
Yeah, but I don't want them to write about us as criminals. I want them to write about us as heroes.
I don't want any newspaper writing about us at all, because we cannot be leaving a trail right now. Don't forget, I died 4 times a week ago. We have something after us. We can't be leaving a huge trail. I think that an explosion, we need something a lot more low-key than that.
That's fair.
They won't have to know it's us. You're gonna be Meatball, and apparently I'm Rigatoni.
Well, here's the thing. The person who runs the printing press is Blermo. So if there is a way, I think he might. I can't guarantee. I just know Tom will be coming. If we can lure Blermo to this meeting point, he is the one who does all of the printing press activities. If we can navigate him or take him out, then maybe there's a way we can infiltrate or send a good person to overtake the printing presses and get the good news out.
Oh,
You
I
know
like.
any good people?
Yeah, because that's
I
not
mean,
us.
cheesy,
Yeah, I don't-
cheesy, and tomato.
Can they write? Are they writers?
Tomato might be a man of a few words, but he's got a head full of words that he wishes to put into his, his writing. You should
Oh.
read his novels. They're very good, very romantic.
Aw. Wait, are you and
Check it
Tomato?
out.
Actually, you don't have to tell me if you and Tomato are an item. I asked too much of a question.
Oh, we are not an item. We went on the date that didn't work because I was still caught up with a certain somebody.
Oh, that's about me.
It is, isn't it?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump in the ocean where I belong.
As you say that, suddenly the door kicks open and like weapons out, like complete attack. You see Pete and Chante like ready to go as they burst through this door, and your locate object is taking you right to here, Chante.
Oh my god, wait, hold on. Hot cat, Jarfield. Hey, nice. But orc?
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Wait,
Yeah, your mom's really hot.
She's not my.
wait, is there something between you and this hot cat and she's also your mom, but there's something else? 'Cause
No,
I have
okay,
like
so-
that sense where I can smell horny.
Okay, no. So no
Were you
to the
followed?
mom. That's the big question.
I mean,
Were you
hold on.
followed?
First answer, have you guys banged? And then I'll let you
No.
know if we follow. No,
Uh,
not you. Jarfield and
His
Pete.
mother?
Yeah, his mother.
No, that's not. Wait.
I have not banged my mother. I have banged.
Well, don't Jarfield.
That's all I need to know. We are being followed.
We'll end today's episode with the big Jarfield being followed and potentially a heist in press. So, thanks for watching today's game. Thanks for playing, you guys. So much fun. And until next time, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.